Stay in touch with Radio Cayman for the latest in news and information.
Follow Radio Cayman on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Download the Radio Cayman app or log on to our website, www.radiocayman.gov.ky.
Radio Cayman, your voice, your choice, your radio.
Well, Happy New Year to all, Anna.
I hope everybody had a good Christmas because I was locked up in my house.
This week, they say we're going to have our parents on Youth Flex so we can have our intergenerational discussion on our range of issues.
Starting with me and you too.
Jermaine Edwards is our featured artist for this week.
Lord, I will always keep you in my heart, 'cause nothing and no one can take you away from me.
The word of the week is equanimity. EQUANIMITY. It's a noun that refers to the state of being calm and in control of your emotions, especially in a difficult situation.
You can join us this Wednesday from 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Radio Cayman 89.9 FM. You can also check us out on YouTube Live. And for Youth Flex, a program for all people, by your people. Youth Flex, Morning Talk.
Cannot find the right words to express. Some cry, some smile, some fight every day.
Finally, they're replacing Tariq.
Because it's the season we've been waiting for.
The season of engagement.
And we all know who's hosting.
Unchangeable.
She been waiting far too long now.
Let's do this.
Hey, no matter how the dollar might stack up, me still not change. Me, I go steer up.
There's our host,
Mahendra Brown.
Youth Flex is a call-in program. You can call us at 1-800-534-8255.
Okay, on a ready now? Here is Mahendra Brown.
Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. Welcome to Youth Flex Radio Show, the show for all people, by young people. This season is our season of engagement, and I'm your host for today, Chloe. As we start off the new year, we would like to share with you all a little bit about our individual backgrounds as we have a roundtable discussion. Youth Flex has partnered with Clifton Hunter High School, John Gray High School, and the Public Library to bring you the word of the week, which is equanimity. EQUANIMITY. It is a noun that refers to the state of being calm and in control of your emotions, especially in a difficult situation. So let's get started. And feel free to join in on the conversation by calling us at 1-800-534-8255, toll-free courtesy of Flow, or join us on YouTube Live. But before we chat with our guests, let's take our first music break as we feature an amazing, award-winning gospel singer, Mr. Jermaine Edwards. Here is My Champion.
Okay.
Well, here is Love and Devotion.
Oh yeah, I'm so in love with you, Jesus. Cannot find the right words to express. My body yearns with great intent, just to get some more of that sweet present. I want to give you excellence, so when I worship, it comes like sweet incense. I don't want my iniquity to separate me from you, so I choose your perfect will, 'cause I know it pleases you. I wanna give you sweet love and devotion. Give you sweet love and devotion. Oh, moving like a ship, gliding over the ocean. That's how you make me feel. consumed with your love. I don't want to push you away from this temple, so I close my eyes so I can see only you. Jesus, you're everything to me. Your love and compassion always surrounding me. You're the reason I know I am free. So I'm walking in your will, 'cause I don't want you to leave me. I just want to give you sweet love and devotion. Moving like a chain, that's how you make me feel. That's how you make me feel. I just wanna give you sweet love and emotion. Wrapped up in your love. Moving like a chain, letting go of emotion. That's how you make me feel. Yeah, yeah. That's how you make me feel. I just wanna give you sweet love. Yeah. Wrapped up in your love, your love, your love. Letting go of my soul. That's how you make me feel. Jesus, that's how you make me feel. That's how you make me feel.
I'm Michael Webster.
And I'm Denise Brown of Cayman Insurance Center.
Family is not the most important thing, it's everything.
And for 45 years, we have worked with the community and their families on protecting themselves for the future.
Whether it's providing top-rated life insurance
or protecting your family's household investment.
From our family to yours, we understand and we care.
I'm Denise Brown. Call me at 814-7229.
And I'm Michael Webster at 925-5433.
We are Cayman Insurance Center,
specializing in property, life, and other lines of insurance products and services at an affordable rate. We are Michael and
Denise at Cayman Insurance Center.
Call today.
Feel the vibes and flow of Merengue Town. Unwind with Pool All Night on Monday and Tuesday. Sing to your heart's desire on Karaoke Wednesday. Get in touch with your roots on Caribbean Night Thursdays. And liven up your weekends with DJ Rick, DJ Martino, and DJ Sugar Friday through Sunday. It's time. Feel the rhythm. Time to feel the vibes. It's time for Merengue Town.
This is Youth Flex, more than talk.
Welcome back, listeners. So right now we have two parents in studio with us. Can you guys please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Ladies first.
Indeed. Thank you. My name is Cynthia Scott, and I'm the mother of James Miles.
And I'm James Miles, the father of Jared Miles, and I'm also representing Chloe McClellan as well because her mom is busy.
So what was Mr. Jamo like growing up?
You want small Jamo or medium size or big?
You can give us all.
Oh my goodness. Well, the small Jamo liked to pick up small things. I mean, he'd pick up something and hold it between these two fingers and ask me to see it. I couldn't see it sometimes. It was so small. But he could find them. I don't know how he did that, but he did it.
Had good eyesight.
Yeah.
You eat carrots.
Yeah. And another thing about him when he was small, he liked to wear big shoes. So his uncle's shoes and grandfather's shoes, it doesn't matter whose shoes, but long as they were big, he was great. We have all kind of pictures with him with big people's shoes on.
Let me change grow up too fast.
Yeah. Medium size now, when he was like, say, 12, 13, we were into sports. Anything you say ball, volleyball, football, kickball, bocce ball, you name it, it was a ball. You said ball, he was there. That was the thing. And I always used to say that. What I gonna do with you if you don't kind of ball? He had to have some sort of thing going on all the time. Then as a young man, well, he was very studious always through all of that. But in going to college now, there came out that very serious young man. I'm like, what? Listen to this one and philosophizing and trying to boggle my brain and all of this thing with all this stuff that he was learning. So I'm like, okay, I didn't graduate from high school, so don't go there. I'm not ready for college, okay? So I would just listen and enjoy the ride because that's what it was. When him and his brother John and his brother Eugene and Ed got together, you did this. You were constantly holding your sides because no better comedians in the world than the four of them.
You better boss.
Oh. Worse if they had company.
Do you agree with all of that?
Yeah, man.
Sounds accurate.
She not lie in public, so.
Well, I mean, like, I used to play kickball, so you ready for the Brock Spring weekend one?
I just don't like losing. I don't mind playing, you mean? It's the losing part.
Yeah. Oh, for heaven's sake,
go to the Brock and they keep schooling us, so.
Where am I? We're going to try to do something this year. We have to.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Jamo, for all of the participants of Youth Flex, have you seen any changes in them since they have joined?
Yeah, I look for changes. If I don't see them changing, I can ask them, so what's going on? You don't want to do this, huh? Because, I mean, if you don't put any effort into the program, you're not going to get anything out of the program.
That's for sure.
So if you're not putting in the effort, then I could just ask you the question. I mean, if you want out, just, you can take it yourself. Because I'm not going to force anybody to do anything. What we try to do here is provide an opportunity for young people to grow, to mature, to become better leaders, to become better decision makers, to be a voice not only for themselves but for those that are voiceless, and to represent young people in a whole different way that not every young person in Grand Cayman or the Cayman Islands get to do. There's a select few that get to host a radio show.
I'm telling you.
And I got the privilege of hosting Youth Flex for the very first season 18 years ago. So from then I knew the responsibility of hosting the radio show. I've the responsibility of making sure that what you say is true, to not defame people, and to always try to promote the positives. And that's what we've been trying to do all along. And if I don't see that in young people, then I have to question their commitment to their own development. And if you don't want to develop, then you can go waste somebody else's time. I ain't got much to waste. So this is why I try to instill in everybody that comes through, and it's been over 100 young people through the program. I've seen each and every one of them grow. Even when they bail out early, they've grown so much from just a short time that they're there. And being around a positive peer group, it allows them to see life in a different way. Some of them to be a lot more articulate than they were coming in, and to pick up one or two skill sets that they never know they might have to lean on later on in life.
So what would you like to be changed for youth this year?
Me, I would like to see young people engage fully in their own development. Not look at it like they have a lot of time. Because a lot of young people think, oh well, I can do that next year. I can do that next year you come way too busy for that. So the time for you to act on your own development is now. You are what you put your effort into. You only become a doctor when you go to school and read a lot of medical books. So this is why even with the leadership aspects of Youth Flex, how you read leadership books. Because I want you to be better decision makers, better leaders, and the whole country will be better when we have people making better choices.
Better choices, that's right.
So if I can only touch the lives of those young people in the programs that we do at the Youth Services Unit and those young people in the communities that I cross paths with, I could do that. I've lost 22 mentors in 3 years. Older persons that poured into my life. I buried the last of those 22 yesterday. And it brings it home to me that time is ticking. I ain't got no time to waste. I gotta try my best with as many young people as I can and try to make my mark on this world, because somebody gotta do it. And it might as well be me.
That's right.
And you know, I've lost too much recently to not pour more of me in a hurry. And that's why I try to do, as if I spend 5 minutes with you, you will be better 5 minutes later because of the 5 minutes you spent with me. And that's why I try to aim to do. Not only with the young people that I cross my path with, but the ones that bear my name and grow up in my own house. I try to do the same thing, and I've seen growth in Jared since he won this program. He might be stuck doing one thing that he likes because of his autism. He don't really like change too much, but I've seen times where he step up and do other stuff, and he's found his niche now with organizing socials and community projects. He really likes it. He really likes doing stuff. He likes getting into the community, and I think he just likes serving.
Yeah, that's true.
And because you like to serve, you have a propensity to be great. Because that's what Jesus said, the greatest among you is the one
be your
that serves.
servant.
So I believe everything that Jesus said. And if you learn how to serve, then you're learning how to be great. And I thank God for allowing me to see this kind of stuff happen within my own child and all the young people that go through a program. And it's the same I see with Chloe. Every book that she completes, she grows as a better leader. I've seen her become a person that used to shy away from leadership roles to a person that now can take it on. It might be as comfortable as she would like it to be, but it's not that she can't do it. It's not that she feels grossly inadequate, because she's being prepared. And I look for great things in all of the young people that are in the programs.
That's true.
And I'm pretty sure if Chloe's mother was here and able to articulate the growth that she see in Chloe, she would probably say, "This little girl amazed me, you know."
Sounds exactly like her.
That's what
I don't know what I can do with her. And she challenged me.
Yeah.
And I think that what makes great relationships. I think that what shows growth. When you can examine and examine the way life is and have your own view of the world and how you plan to make your mark, how you plan to live out your purpose or pursue your purpose at least. And I think the sooner young people latch on to what they want to do in life, it's easier for mentors to guide them there. And I think that's one of the toughest tasks we have as youth workers in the Youth Services Unit, is to get young people to say, what are you becoming? What are your dreams and aspirations? What it is you want to do? And far too many young Caymanians are like, I don't know what I want to do. I'm not good at nothing. Really? God don't place you on earth to be a nobody.
No, sir.
You have to find your purpose, and if you're too lazy to find your purpose, don't come around me, because I will beat you. I will take off my belt and get your ass in. I tell you straight up. Because God has put too much into every individual for you not to try to find out why he put you on earth for. And once you find that out, and you in your groove, you fly. You enjoy every day. So it makes sense you try to find out what your purpose is in life and then push through it and grow. And if people give you stuff to, yeah, it might, medicine tastes bad too. But it feel better when you're better, than when you're sick. So the little trials is something there to just make you tougher and make sure that you have earned your stripes. When you get your stripes, you can say, yeah, to God be the glory. He made me, I made it through it because he had me through it. And you make your mark on life, because as you blink, you'll be 40. Don't worry. I was once your age doing everything. Playing all kind of balls until I retired and I had the balls, so it looked like I had them.
It's true.
But
true. Need to get rid of the ball now.
Yeah. No, but it's important that you pursue your purpose. Find out what it is you really want to do and go for it. Go for it. And I know if you come across the path of anybody in the youth services unit, we'll help get you there.
So what about you, Miss Scott?
I'm just listening to James and hearing me. Wow. That's the way I feel about life. I had 7 children of my own and my brother's son that I raised. And I was mommy for all 8 of them. Every child, I'd give their own one-on-one every week. I wanted to know what they thought about themselves, how they felt about what they were doing, what kind of dreams they had. That was important to me as a mom, because I did dual duty. I was mom and dad for a lot of the time. That's not the best way for it to be, because a woman's perspective on what a man should be is sometimes kind of inflated to what men think of themselves. But I felt like, because the men around me, like my grandfather, for instance, he was only yay high, but he was a big man, believe me. He wasn't afraid of anything or anybody. He was brave. He told me when I was a young girl that I mustn't pick any fights, because that only just weakens you. But if anybody fasses with you and whatever, and you have to defend yourself, you just ask God to give you the strength of Samson, and you just give it to him. And believe me, I followed that. I taught my children that way as well.
Right.
Don't fast with nobody.
Make me smile.
Yeah, right.
Better off smiling.
You're better off. And when I'm hearing him talk now, it is like all the stuff I poured into him as a child, as a young person, as a young man, it's now coming out. You guys are collecting on what I planted. You see what I'm saying?
Corn tastes good, don't
you? Now, it is important for you all as young people to look at the person he is and listen to what he says. Because why? He's walked the path ahead of you, but a lot later than me. When I was a young person like you, we didn't have all the gadgets you guys have. Phones and iPads and TVs and all these things. I didn't know what that was when I was your age. Okay? We didn't get that till way up in life. But I was a bookworm. My poor mom. I'm washing the dishes. I'm doing my work and got a book propped up right there, because I can't bear to not get this last chapter done. That was me. I'd wash clothes, not in a washing machine, with a washboard, with the book propped up right there. So when I wash it, but I read it at the same time because I don't want to miss anything. And I was always busy because I was the eldest child. And so all of my younger siblings, I helped my mother raise them, and then I raised mine. So I got plenty of experience with that. But then when I became a Christian, I loved working with children. And so I have really grown as a children's ministries coordinator. Well, now it's children and adolescents ministries. So it goes up to 15 now instead of 12. That opened up a new door for me because we do special training in the Adventist Church for our leaders. You always get the opportunity to do training. That helps you to understand what's going on in young people's minds and gives you ideas of what to do. And I just soaked it up like bread soaking up milk because I love to help people. That is my major thing. And just like Jamo said, don't waste my time. I don't really have patience. I consider I don't have patience. But when it comes to children, like the small ones, the patience lasts a lot longer than the bigger ones. Because I expect, like, if I tell you, and don't go out there and screaming and hollering and making a spectacle of yourself, I expect you not to do that. You understand? But a little child, you could tell them that, but then they get all excited and they forget everything and they start making all of the noise, and all you can do is just try and calm them down. So it's different. You handle all the ages differently. As you progress in life, you progress in your thoughts, and you need to take time to think about what you want to be. I want to be the best person in the world that I could be. I want to help as many people in this world as I can. And the more I see and feel around me that people appreciate what I've done for them or told them or helped them with or whatever, then that makes my life have meaning. Not just for my children and my grandchildren, but for all the world around me. And Jesus, like what James said, Jesus said, if you want to be great, you got to be a servant. He is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords, and he left heaven and he came down here to serve. So for us to be great, we need to learn to serve, and serve gladly and faithfully. Whatever you do, be consistent. Don't let people tell you, oh, I can do that another time. No. Mm-mm. Don't allow yourself to fall into that kind of trap. Because once you start slipping things under the carpet, for want of a better word, all through your life you will want to be doing that. Don't do that to yourself.
Then next thing you know, you have Mount Trashmore under the carpet.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't hide it.
And you can't hide that bad habit after it has become a habit. I once met, there was this man in East End, Seventh-day Adventist Church, and I will never, ever forget this description that he gave. He said, people think that just to say the word habit is really easy and that you can break a habit real easy, but it is not so. You can knock the H off and you still have a bit. You can knock the A off and you still have bit. You can knock the B off and you still got it.
Wow. I hear John in here, no.
When you think about that, I don't want to get any habit that is not a good one. I want to be able to live and die with that habit. So for that to be the case, you have got to form the right ones. And you guys are in the stage now where you need to do that for yourself. Don't let people tell you what to do with you. You ask God what he has in his mind, because he said that he knows the plans he has for you. God knows the plans. You don't. But you need to find out. And he's good. He'll show you. Not all at once, because he knows you couldn't handle that. But he'll show it to you as you go along. And that is what we need. More and more adults trying to help young people realize that what their purpose is in life, they need to find it. You need to help them find it if they don't know how. And they need people to be there to support them. Sure, you might fall and break your arm or your leg or whatever, but you need somebody to pick you up at a time like that, and you're not willing to stay there. You're going to try to get that leg or arm to grow back straight, huh? You don't want it to grow back crooked. So therefore, falling and breaking part of you don't mean you have to stay broken. It means that you need to try to get yourself fixed and stay better. Sounds tough, but that's life. Life is not fun. Take it from me. I'm nearly 70 now, so I should really know how life stay. Really.
And you look so young. Wow.
But you know why? Now, let me give you the secret to being young.
Take notes.
Don't worry.
That's it.
Don't start your day worrying about what's going to happen today and whatever. Don't worry. That's the first one. The next thing, when it comes time to go to bed and sleep. Don't be listening to TV and got all these things on, because guess what? Your brain is recording while you are trying to sleep. And sometimes you wake in the middle of the night and you wonder where you heard something, because your conscious mind, your mind is not at rest. So you need to shut off all of the gadgets and turn off the light and go sleep. Next thing, drink lots and lots of water. And I know some people look at me like that is the craziest thing on the planet, but no. Start your day with a nice good glass of water like this, and throughout the day you keep drinking the water. Now what it does, it keeps your skin clean, it makes you feel better and all this. I don't have one wrinkle, and I'm nearly 70. And I drink tons of water. If I get feeling sick, I go buy coconut water, because I want that kind of purer water than the water that you would get in the store. And so those three things are the major things to keep you young, honest. And don't eat late at night. Don't eat late at night. Anyhow you start doing that, 10, 11 o'clock and all of this, and you eating heavy food, you need to stay up till morning and then go sleep. And some people eat late like that and go to bed. Whew. I'd have nightmares. But then I'm not used to that anymore. And I wasn't always like this, but I've been like that since about 20 years now. And I've noticed the difference in me. I think my skin was beginning to sag a little bit when I was like 40. And I'm like, I started to look old. What? But that has really changed me. I changed my lifestyle. And I don't do certain things late at night. I go to bed and I wake up a lot because I don't sleep for a long time. 2 hours, maybe 3, and then I'm up again for another 2 hours and then I go back to bed. That's my kind of lifestyle. But when I'm going to bed, cut off the light, the phone, everybody, and I go to bed because I'm going to sleep now. And I know that's hard to do because I struggle with my grandson. He sleeps in the room with me because he grew up with me as a baby. His mom was really sick when she had him, and he's very attached to me. He knows I'm not his mom, but he feels that kind of feeling toward me. And I keep telling him, I said, listen, when you go to bed, you got to go to bed and go sleep. Don't lay down up in the bed and make noise and talk and it drives me crazy. So I tell him if he's going to do that, he got to sleep in the sofa or do something because I'm ready to sleep. So I know it's hard for young people to do that.
Well, we have to go to a quick break now, Ali.
For the next music break, here is another Youth Flex topic from Mr. Jermaine Edwards with My Chocolate.
My heart is overwhelmed. nothing really matters. Jesus, if I can't feel you.
How about this for a New Year's resolution? Live to eat. Yep, live to eat. Don't just eat to live. Find the balance between going crazy for that indulgently creamy made-from-scratch cake and knowing just how many nuts will make for a good, naturally healthy snack in between meals. Slow down and take in all of the joys of food in your life this year. And live to eat with Foster's. Follow along for tips and more this year as we live to eat in 2020.
Don't take chances with your family's future or your valuable assets. Always be prepared and ensure your family is provided for. Cayman Insurance Center specializes in life, property, motor, health, and liability at the most competitive premiums and affordable rates on island. Call Michael Webster today at 925-5433 for life insurance or Denise Brown at 814-7229 for property insurance. Call them today.
This is
for all your insurance
more than
needs.
talk.
Welcome back, listeners. We're still joined by Miss Cynthia, Mr. Jamo's mom, and Mr. Jamo. So I'm not sure if you're into resolutions, but do you have any New Year's resolutions that you would like to share?
No, I don't do resolutions.
Me neither. I usually decide long time ahead of the new year something I would want to see accomplished in the next year. And I work toward that from the time I decide to do that. So it doesn't have to be like now it's January and I'm going to be doing something new. No.
With me, I have a commitment to always learn. And I have a passion for learning, a passion for teaching, and passion for growing. I think I really need to lose weight, but
I know you do.
I don't make it one of my resolutions to worry about losing weight and go all gung-ho just to lose weight. Not if it loses relationship opportunities with people. If I have to jeopardize so much just to, say, spend a lot of time in the gym, I'll find ways. I mean, I know I don't sleep as much as I should, especially if I'm studying. And from the time I study, I want to pass because I don't like failing. So I'll get up and I'll study and I'll keep studying to make sure that I pass. And that packs on the weight because I don't get enough rest. But I'm constantly learning new things. I'm the acting head of the Youth Services Unit, and each day presents something different challenges, and it comes with being a leader. I mean, if you're a leader,
that's true.
You can find bush that you got clear. If you got clear sites in front of you, you're not a leader. Somebody been there.
Somebody went ahead. That's right.
So, I have to deal with clearing the bushes and have to make sure that my team can function in the best they possibly can. And I thank God for a very capable team at the Youth Services Unit. We have some young, vibrant, young professionals that not only want to make their mark, but doing really, really great work.
Oh, that's good.
And holding up the standard that was set from the inception of the unit, of doing exceptional work, engaging young people in meaningful relationships, and charting young people to safe harbor, helping people come right off the edge of disaster almost to becoming role models, and they're starting to see the wins in their journey as well. So I thank God for the team and for the ministry who has allowed me and those that were before me to choose the team that we have, and to make youth work meaningful in the Cayman Islands. So I just try to be better. I try to be the best me possible, and that means constantly working at it, constantly reading, constantly improving, and not shying away from challenge. If it's a little challenging, then that means you have to grow through it, and that's for me too. I believe in being the example not just telling people what to do.
Same here.
I try to lead by example, and if that means I gotta go and study because I want others to study, or I gotta read a book before I pass it on to Chloe, then that's what I do. I read a book and then I pass it on to Chloe. And that's way when we have conversations about the book, I know exactly what you're talking about. Or I might have taken a different view of what the book had to say, and therefore is a way I could learn from Chloe and Chloe could learn from me. And that's what life is all about.
So what are your dreams or wishes for the programs that you run and for the youth in the programs?
Well, man, we always try to do things that leave the young people saying, wow. You know, and we had our staff meeting. We had 2 staff meetings in the last 2 days because we want to make sure that we generating wow factors this year. The ministry and the parliament was kind to the youth services unit during the budget. So with added resources, we should see the impact in every electoral district, including Cayman Brack. So Brack Spring Weekend is supposed to be really, really nice. We're hoping to get Jeremy Edwards, and we're featuring his music today for a reason, because we want to try to get people to hear this great gospel minister and what he has to offer. And because we always believe in putting God first in all that we do at the Youth Services Unit. We're a government department, we're not a church, but we know that we got to put God first. So that's how we just
that's
operate.
how you were raised too, my friend.
Yep.
So, you know, it's so important. The Bible tells us to do that. Seek ye first, said Jesus. You can't get better than that. And if you want to succeed, you will if you put God first.
So what advice do you have for young people in general?
At Mr. Rupert's funeral yesterday, part of his obituary that was read by Mr. Kerner Gomez said, Mark Twain said that it is 2 important days in the life of a person: the day they were born and the day that they found out why they were born. And he went on to say that Mr. Rupert found his passion. And I see that I get a lot of stuff from him too, because I kind of like training, I like teaching, I like seeing young people. I like to see the light bulbs go off. I like to see people grow and be a better person than when I met them.
That's
and
true.
I think that's the joy of being a trainer or being a leader. So my advice for young people is to pursue that purpose. And if it means asking a lot of questions,
ask them.
And if you lose faith in terms of you're not getting the answers you want, come visit us at the Youth Services Unit. We'll pray with you. We'll guide you to the one who knows your real purpose.
That's true.
If you don't know how to ask, we'll help get you there, and we'll try to make sure that everybody every young person in the Cayman Islands can at least have an idea what their purpose is, and for them to have a chance at pursuing it in their lifetime.
So what would you say to young people listening that are not sure if they have found their purposes yet?
Keep looking. Keep searching. Don't ever give up until you are sure what God wants you to do.
And try new things. Because you can't really find out what you're good at unless you try. Persons didn't know that they could swim unless they went in the water. People don't know how good eggs taste until they eat it. Right? So you have to try new things. And a lot of young people are reluctant to try new things. And because of that, you have just missed your purpose. And had you taken up the opportunity to try this new thing 7 years ago, you would have been 7 years down the road by now. But a lot of them say, no, that's not for me. I'm not a leader. Okay. Then you miss that opportunity. And then 7 years later, you get a leadership opportunity. You say, yo, I really like this. And then you could have been 7 years down the road as a leader rather than you just starting out when you're 24. And you could have been so far ahead if you started when
You
they
were
were presented to
14.
you in high school.
Mhm.
And I think that's why we're so passionate about engaging young people at the Youth Services Unit, because we want to try to get them to, to start to pursue these things from early. If you know what you want, chances are we can help get you there. If you don't know, then we can try to help you try to get an idea at least. And then you can try stuff. And if you refuse to try, then stop wasting my time. Because you don't want to know. You want to be a follower. You want to take orders all your life. You want to try to see if you can find a job at a minimum wage. You want to try to see if you can struggle in life. You want that's the option. If you choose not to lead, then you choose to follow. And follow means the leader's dream is what we're gonna fulfill. That's all it is. So either you gotta be a leader or a follower.
There's only two things you can do.
And the followers struggle until they become leaders.
Mm.
That's it. So the sooner you become a leader, the easier it is for you.
Most definitely. So we also have to take another quick break. Here is another Flex favorite from Mr. Jermaine Edwards, Heart Like Yours.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I may not look like the way you want me to. Now I may not do it just like you do, but I wanna stay true to the kingdom. Be relevant and be a true Christian. I wanna feed the poor, the widows and the orphans. Be a light in the middle of the darkness, so they see my good works and glorify God in heaven. Hey, I have no time to sit and talk about no one sin, unless it's with the one I'm going to be helping. If you can't speak positive, then close your mouth. Who is you to be judging? Oh, look into your life and tell me what you see. Every day you wake, you should be busy working out your salvation, building a firm foundation. Yeah. God's love spreads wider than the widest ocean. Smile and act like everything is alright, but deep down in your heart it's not okay. Lord, you say I should love my neighbors like myself, but my neighbors migrated from hell. But you said I should love them same way. Be kind and loving just the same. I can't understand your love is unconditional. It surpasses love from any other human. It's not easy to love the way you do, but I'm willing to take on my cross and follow you. Persecuted for no reason, yet you died for the same old people. Never wanted to obey, but yet you still gave grace. Bread for another day. God demonstrated his own love towards us. In that while we were sinners, Christ died for us. Oh Lord, here I am. I'm just asking you again.
CIFA, the Cayman Island Football Association.
My name is Alfredo Whitaker, president of CIFA, Cayman Island Football Association.
Our football, our game.
Brody Thomas representing Tigers FC.
This is Ramon Seeley representing Boyne Town.
Hey, this is Roberto Lopez representing Cayman Brat.
Mark Campbell, and I'm the Assistant General Secretary of Cayman Islands Football Association, CIFA.
Cayman Islands Football Association. Building a better future for Cayman football.
CIFA, Cayman Island Football Association.
Go out and support the matches in your district.
Feel the vibes and flow of Merengue Town. Unwind with Pool All Night on Monday and Tuesday. Sing to your heart's desire on Karaoke Wednesday. Get in touch with your roots on Caribbean Night Thursdays. And liven up your weekends with DJ Rick, DJ Martino, and DJ Sugar Friday through Sunday. It's time. Feel the rhythm. Time to feel the vibes. It's time for Merengue Town.
This is Youth Flex, more than talk.
Welcome back once again, listeners. We'll now go straight into our news and highlights by Chanel and Angel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Our Sometime After 4 news is brought to you by Youth Flex Radio Show. I am Chanel Martinez. The National Youth Culinary Program, sponsored by the Ministry of Education, the Department of Tourism, Cayman First, Home Gas, and Cayman National Bank, continues with the District Cook-Off at 11 a.m. on Heroes Day, January 27th, for our youth from Georgetown. We would love to see everyone who can come out and support our young and upcoming chefs of Georgetown. If you are between the ages of 10 and 25 and you would like to participate, please contact Mrs. Georgiane Rankin at 917-6081 for more information. That's 917-6081. The Ministry of Education, Youth, Sport, Agriculture and Lands, alongside the Youth Services Unit, will be putting on a free gospel concert with well-renowned artist Jermaine Edwards out of Jamaica. The first concert will be held at the Aston Rudy Civic Center on March 6th at 7 p.m., and the final concert will be held at the new John Gray Gym on March 9th at 7 p.m. These shows are ones that you do not want to miss. Continue to tune in for more updates. For Youth Flex, I'm Chanel. Here's Angel with some youth achievement highlights.
From the Youth Achievement Highlights files, congratulations to the 12 honorees that were selected for the Proud of Them Recognition Awards. Look for the announcements of who they are at the awards gala scheduled for January 11th at the Marriott Beach Resort. Props to all the youngsters that took part in the different Christmas programs and plays over the holidays. And a huge shout out to all who stayed safe over the Christmas break. Props to the hundreds of people that showed up to the Old Time New Year's Fun Day in West Bay, and a special shout out to Tara Rivers for being able to put on such a great show. Great day full of family, fun, and food. To put items on the highlights, email the flex at james.miles@gov.ky or leave your comments on our Instagram or Facebook page. Search for UFlex Radio Show. That concludes our highlights this week. I'm Angel.
Thank you so much, Angel and Chanel. And I can just say that I have personally learned a lot this show. A lot of advice and words of wisdom from both Mr. Jamo and his mom on how to go about life and ways to improve our life and how to take leadership opportunities. So thank you guys for coming on and sharing that with us.
No problem.
What do you guys think you have learned from the show today?
A lot.
A lot for your like.
I learned that average parents in Cayman is very shy.
I learned that you have to make the most of every opportunity that you're given as young people.
No,
At that time, and don't wait until years down the line because you never know what may happen.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, young people live the example that they see, and this is my stab at parents, because I'm not supposed to come on today. Right? We were trying to feature as much parents of Youth Flex crew, just not only to find out what they think of their children and the hopes for their children and how they see their children progress, even through this program, but an opportunity for them to feel what the young people feel. Mm-hmm. You get to perform on air every week, and your parents get to listen and feel good about you, and see you on YouTube and say, "Yeah, that's my child, that's my my daughter, that's my son." But young people would like to see examples being set. From a very young age, I've seen my mother perform. I've seen my mother give of herself, at even benefit concerts and all kind of different ways. She set that tone of giving of herself, and it was just natural for me to give of myself as well. I've seen it modeled in both of my parents. I've seen it modeled by the tons of mentors that latched on to me just because they saw, like, yeah, this little youth got drive. This little youth have passion. And they invested their time in me. And a lot of my mentors, I didn't have to choose. They chose me. But then I was starting to be selective on the mentors I chose too. I started choosing mentors myself. Like, okay, I need a rich mentor. One that can teach me how to make money, because a lot of the mentors that I had, they wasn't rich people. So how can I learn how to be rich? I need to pick somebody that know how to make money, how to attract money. And what they say? Read this book. And they got me into leadership. And they saying, you want to make sure that you can attract opportunities, you want to be a magnet for great things, you need to become the magnet. A lot of young people gravitate to me, and I say, okay, that means you want to be magnets too. So when after 1 or 2 months I see everybody start slack off, then I say, well, I guess the magnet a little bit too much work for that one. But you know, sometimes people need room because schedules change and you get busy and you can't always be a part of it. But every now and then you come back and you latch on, you grow. Because there's winter seasons where there's no water, and then there's spring seasons where you actually grow. And that's season for everybody. You know, so maybe not your season now, but next season yours. And I think that's what a lot of mentors have done with me. They say, oh, I not seen you in years. True. But I was learning from this one. Now that I've learned what I need to learn from that one, I come back to you and say, what do you think about this? This is what I learned from this one. And eventually you guys will get there. You'll start to see a lot of your peers start to gravitate towards you, looking for advice and leadership and stuff. And this is why we try our best to make sure that anyone in any of the youth services program, whether if it's CIYA, the fan club, or Youth Flex, or culinary program, or any of the programs that we do, we try to pour as much as we can into you. Because from the time you've come out of the program, you can have a good time. You can have fun. That's why we plan to make sure that when you leave, like, yo, I won't do that again. And then when you talking about it, then everybody comes to you like, yeah, I want to have fun too. And then you say, yeah, but you got to do this. And you have to do this. And you should do this. But you're a better person for it. You see how another break there?
Closing.
Close off. All right, let's wrap up then. I talk all day.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on Youth Flex today. I'm your host, Chloe. Shout out to our guest, Mr. Jamo, and his mom, Miss Scott. Shout out to Radio K-Man for their work on sounding boards, Mr. Wilson Natra, DJ Lynn, and DJ Silver Fox. We see you. Shout out to RJ for the live YouTube feed. Also, special shout out to our Youth Flex crew. Jared on socials and community service, Marco, our musical director, Gabby, Daniel, and Chanel on the Youth Flex news desk, and Angel, our promo director, along with the 100+ Flex family all over the globe. Thanks to SIFA for sponsoring the Super Jam, and to you, our listeners, for tuning in every Wednesday from 4 to 5 for Youth Flex on 89.9 FM. Join us again next Wednesday for Youth Flex's season of engagement. Until next week, this is your host Chloe McClement, letting you know that you can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. So do your part and make a change today.
Jesus at the end of the day.